Hello and welcome to this edition of Shelby This Week. Here are some of the stories we have coming up for you. August 4th is the primary election and the election for Shelby Township's board members. We have more election updates ahead. And for those of you who regularly use the Ryan Road Bridge over the Clinton River from 22 Mile to Hamlin Road, well, you may have to find an alternate route. We have more details coming up and more stories on this edition of Shelby This Week. August 4th is the primary election and the election for Shelby Township's board members. Shelby Township's clerk, Stan Grote, has a few voting reminders and updates for you.
Let's go over a couple of things on absentee balloting. We continue to process those applications. However, time is running short. We're only a week plus a couple of days away from August 4th. Again, I want to remind you that this is a partisan primary election. That means each party selects their own candidates for November election. The election day operation itself, the polls will be open. We're getting ready to run election as we always do. However, I know the turnout most likely will be a lot smaller because we have a very big volume of absentee ballots and absentee applications. On election itself, when you go to vote, you're going to see a few changes. We are taking every possible precautions to make sure we keep our workers safe and we keep you safe, the voter. We're going to ask you, even though it's not necessarily required, to wear a mask. Any type of mask you can bring your own mask when you come to vote. And if you, for any reason, forget it, we'll have masks for you. We'll provide the mask for you. Please wear it.
For more information, you may call the clerk's office at 586-731-5102. For those of you who regularly use the Ryan Road Bridge over the Clinton River from 22 Mile Road to Hamlin Road in Shelby Township, well, you may now have to find an alternate route because the bridge will be closed starting today. No detailed route has been posted and drivers are advised to seek an alternate route. The project will consist of replacing the existing bridge deck, an upgrade of bridge barrier railings, guardrail replacement, beam and structure painting, and approach work. The bridge is expected to reopen to traffic on September 4th, and work is expected to be completed by October 2nd. All proposed dates are subject to change due to weather conditions. The Shelby Township Board of Trustees unanimously passed a moratorium to stop new permits for structural modifications to residential properties to facilitate the growing of marijuana at its July 21st meeting. The moratorium specifically stops the issuance of any and all permits, approvals, and certificates as they relate to any modifications to residential structures or units in any residential or commercial zoning district in order to grow marijuana as a patient caregiver. The moratorium and resolution follow a Michigan Supreme Court hearing in case of DeRuyter versus Byron Township, which allows local municipalities to enact their zoning authorities better to govern the growing of medical marijuana by personal caregivers. Township Supervisor Rick Stathakis and trustees John Vermeulen and Lisa Casali sponsored the resolution. Applicants that have submitted their permit applications prior to the board's vote are exempt from the moratorium. Along with Stathakis, Vermeulen, and Casali, Township Attorney Rob Huth, Building Director Tim Wood, and Planning Director Julie Misich worked with the Shelby Township Police Department to draft the moratorium. They are working on an ordinance to regulate the activities within the township's zoning ordinances. Still ahead on Shelby This Week, a trial has been set for November for a 35-year-old man that has been charged with 2 15-year felonies for a pedestrian crash that killed a Shelby Township teen. So stay with us for more Shelby This Week.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The Shelby Township Board of Trustees unanimously approved a plan to connect Riverbends Park and the Macomb Orchard Trail to strengthen the community on the statewide Iron Bell multi-use trail system at its July 21st meeting. The board approved a plan presented by trustee Lisa Casali to use existing sidewalks and trails to act as a local connector for the statewide trail that will run more than 2,000 miles from Belle Isle in Detroit to the far western tip of the Upper Peninsula. The local connector cost is $160,000, which is 1.33% of the original price tag, to connect the trail routes through Riverbends Park. While the township is funding the local connector with a combination of capital improvement funds and funds for its sidewalk budget, Macomb County is working on the major spine with a planned path from Riverbends Park north up Ryan Road and west on 23 Mile Road. In addition to exploring a local route on the Iron Bell Trail, the local connector directly opens up Riverbends Park, Gene Shepherd Park, the Macomb Orchard Trail, and Stony Creek Metro Park to more township residents. The township's $160,000 investment in the local connector will cover engineering, sidewalk improvements, wayfinding signage, and striping to mark pedestrian crosswalks and traffic control. The local connector for the Iron Bell Trail will also connect the township south through Riverbends Park to downtown Utica, east to Lake St. Clair Metro Park, west along the Clinton River Trail to downtown Rochester, and north to the Paint Creek Trail and downtown Lake Orion. A trial has been set for November for a 35-year-old man that has been charged with two 15-year felonies for a pedestrian crash that killed a Shelby Township teen. Albert Donadio, also of Shelby Township, is scheduled to face a jury on November 4th in Macomb Circuit Court for the death of Anthony Hugo, 15, who was struck by Donadio's car in June of 2019 on 25 Mile Road west of Hayes Road. Donadio is charged with operating while under the influence of drugs causing death and reckless driving causing death, both punishable by up to 15 years behind bars, and the lesser charge, moving violation causing death, a misdemeanor. The case was bound over last November from 41A District Court in Shelby Township. Authorities say Donadio's 2003 BMW struck Hugo, who was walking with a friend from behind after illegally turning left from Sherwood Lane onto westbound 25 Mile. Prosecutors say he was under the influence of marijuana at the time, and Donadio is free after posting 10% of a $20,000 bond. Coming up next, Ocean Breeze Family Restaurant in Shelby Township will be reopening today. We have more details coming up. And the Humane Society of Macomb is in need of your help. We'll tell you what they are in need of coming up. So stay with us for more Shelby This Week.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years and I got my third child who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
Hey! Okay.
If you love me enough to tolerate my perfect little pets and all their glorious dander, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
Ocean Breeze Family Restaurant in Shelby Township will be reopening for dine-in and carry-out service starting today. Ocean Breeze has also published their menu and daily specials on their website at oceanbreezeshelby.com. For more information, you may also contact the restaurant at 586-992-6608. This week, we take you to the Humane Society of Macomb, where a special pair named Thelma and Louise are hoping to meet the ideal family.
Thelma and Louise are a very special pair. They were found stray, walking the streets together. Now, usually when we get stray dogs in, it's one at a time. We'll get a stray dog here, a stray dog there. They actually came in together, and it became really clear right from the start that they are best friends, and they are what we call a bonded pair. And so our goal is to have them find a home together. Louise is a little 4-pound Yorkie mix, and Thelma is the exact opposite. She's about 60 pounds. She's a Staffordshire Terrier mix. Both super sweet dogs, really low maintenance. They get along just great, and they really thrive together. As far as we could tell, they're great with everybody. They warm up really quick. They're very affectionate, very playful, and everyone in the shelter was just so taken by them right off the bat, just because they're just so cute. One is this bigger dog, one's this little tiny dog. It's almost like something out of a cartoon, and we just fell in love with them. And our goal is to do everything we can to get them home together. And I also want to mention that because they're considered a bonded pair, we are waiving their adoption fees, so there's no fee, so you can take that money and go spoil them at the pet store. We are operating by appointment only still, so give us a call here at the shelter. If you're interested in meeting a dog, you can check out ORCAP. You can check out what we've got available at our website, humanesocietyofmacomb.org. And also just want to mention that we do have slots still open for our summer camp, which goes through the end of August, and we do have scholarships available for Shelby Township residents. So if you got a kid who's looking to do something this summer and wants to be around animals and learn about animals and get to be hands-on with them, summer camp's a great way to do that. So check that out on the website as well. The website is humanesocietyofmacomb.org.
The Humane Society of Macomb is also in need of towels and blankets. You can leave your donations on the picnic table by the front door at their location at 11350 22 Mile Road, Utica, Michigan 48317. The Great Pierogi and Polish Favorites Drive Up is offering easy curbside pickup of packages of homemade pierogi, heat and serve Polish favorite dishes, and delicious desserts from over 12 food establishments and bakeries. Delicious barbecue favorites will also be offered from Hog Heaven. The Great Pierogi and Polish Favorites Drive Up will take place this Saturday, August 1st, from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. at the Packard Proving Grounds Historic Site. Other participating food establishments include American Polish Cultural Center, Chopsky's Kitchen and Catering, Deutsche Treut, Dobre Foods, Hog Heaven Barbecue, Krzyża's Kitchen, Lost Village Pierogi, Pierogi Palace of Cleveland, Polish Mania Warsaw Cuisine, and Sorodex Campo Quality Sausage Company. All orders must be placed in advance by tomorrow at 9 p.m. at doyoulove-Polish-Food.com/the-great-Great-Polish-Favorites-Drive-Up-3. You will also not have to leave your vehicle during curbside pickup. The event is being produced in strict compliance with current Center for Disease Control and local and state regulations. That's all we have for this edition of Shelby This Week. Remember, you can always watch us on Facebook and just search Shelby TV. We will leave you with more scenes of Thelma and Louise at the Humane Society of Macomb. Enjoy, stay safe, and thank you for watching.